Alright guys, game number 2. So I gotta actually give Impact that little +1 next to his name, as he does so rightfully deserve it. Spawning here in the top left corner of the map, though, is his map pick. And it's best of 3 to start the day. It's gonna be Root Gaming Supernova. In the bottom right, playing for Axiom, it's gonna be the green Zerg player, Impact. And yeah, so that was a interesting start for Supernova. Again, I would never call a 2-racks from any Korean strange or ballsy. It just feels a lot of the Korean Terran players that we get to witness, whether it's on the Dream Pool or whether it's an IEM qualifier last season, you're always going to see players like Supernova, Maru, the greatest Terrans, at least attempt a 2-racks at some point. And we make jokes, but like for some players that is just straight up an opening, where it's not the all-in that it normally is, and some players can play off of it a little better than others. Definitely no exception when it comes to what Supernova is capable of. Man, I've had to put this thing back on Team Liquid like 4 times. Why is this not sticking? We're live on Twitch, right? I'm not just goofing around here. Tabbing out like, did we just not cast that game? I don't understand. Sorry, one sec, guys. Normally I have a much better start time than this, but we are having some issues here. There we go. So it's up, it's running. I see it listed there. We'll see if it falls off again. Hopefully not. Fingers are crossed. But at any rate, Supernova, what was it saying here? Yeah, so he picked Shakira's Plateau, and there's a lot of cool things about this map that certainly can be abused. I think the first and foremost comes down to the way third bases work on this map. Just look at the layout. I mean, it's crap for a Zerg. Let's just be completely honest about it. You have to take a base that's way over here, exposed next to a watchtower, several angles of attack, ways to abuse the cliff with drops. I mean, this is a stinky no-no base for Zergs. Alternatively, you go way up north to the other side of the map, and that's not a whole lot more comfortable, but at least it's a little more consolidated when it comes to dealing with whatever the Terran player may throw at you. Now, for Supernova, there's the ease of burden on Terran. You can go for Command Center, you either make it the Orbital, or you can play a Planetary Fortress, although let's be honest, guys, you should never Planetary Fortress your third. And either way, whatever you choose to do, you can defend it either with Great Repair or lifting it off or just responding with your Marines. And it's a lot less abusive, I'd say, for Impact. Same kind of goes with the actual layout. We got the Reaper coming in. We'll talk about this in a sec, but I want to quickly remind you all, these little ledges can be unloaded upon. You get Marines, you have tanks, you have Thors. You can have things that Zerglings cannot hit, sitting up there waiting and hiding and abusing. And of course, the nasty little cliffs here. I don't know if Shakira's Plateau is cross-only. I've heard so many conflicting reports, and like 100% of the times I've played on this map, it's been cross-only. But I've heard that it's not, and it's just bad coincidence for me. But between the several OlimoLeagues we've cast here, and the ones I've played on ladder, which have been admittedly quite horrible, but regardless, always cross-spawn. So either way, this is probably the best case scenario for Impact, because if this had been horizontal spawns, there's a lot of ways Reapers can abuse this horizontal hallway a lot more effectively. I mean, we're still going to see Supernova try and pull it off, but it's not exactly the fastest one or the most abusive one we've ever seen. But a couple drones being peppered at here. Don't forget, 2 Reapers is a lot of damage. Impact cannot ignore this. One drone goes down. Reaper actually might just fall. Yeah, he goes down to the Queen. It's a little unfortunate. But this other one's still got a bit of juice in him. However, Impact is quick to respond, and he's already got a Queen down there that had been spawned at that hatchery anyway, so takes fairly minimal losses. Still, even just getting a drone and I guess forcing Queen to attack the hatchery works not too poorly here for Supernova. I would like to see him pick off that creep tumor, but he doesn't have the health for it, sadly, so he's going to have to back up for the time being. And again, I remind you guys, you can hop up these cliffs, you can unload on these cliffs. We definitely see some abusive strategies with these cliffs. But more so than that, if you guys remember, on maps like Deadwing, on maps like King Sejong Station, we've been seeing these tank drop builds. Something that Supernova is looking to go for. What you can do is just unload, hug this ledge, and that's actually in range, just barely, of that mineral patch and the extractor. Same over here on the right side, you can use this cliff to your advantage as well. So there's certain ways that this terrain can be abused quite, we'll call it effectively, but I don't know. I don't think any Zerg player would ever agree that it would be effectively. Oh, we've been kicked offline again on Team Liquid. What is going on with this? Pure Dragon suggests uncheck automatically detect stream. Yes, it's already unchecked automatically detect stream. So we'll chalk this up to Twitch API with a big question mark. What I may do is restart the stream real quick after this game, guys. For whatever reason, it might be reading it funny. And that'll just be a quick blip, not like me taking the stream down and resetting the delay and then coming back 15, 14, 30 minutes later. So yeah, we may just have a small hiccup after this, and hopefully that will resolve all issues. But we're gonna be casting for a while today, guys. We got a bit of front page time for what I understand, so that's pretty cool. Big congrats to Olivia for getting front page time for the OlimoLeague, and then of course we got other. Oh, this is just gonna be for repairs, fully dedicated to keeping this tank alive. Now, Impact kind of, I think, had an idea in the back of his mind this was possibly gonna come. The problem I'd say heavily for this is you do need high ground vision. Oh, nice snipe. Gets the sport, gets the drone. The problem is, though, you do need high ground vision. So if he snipes off this medevac, this gets reduced in damage significantly. So looking to make sure this medevac stays alive. He's getting a little bit aggressive. Was on top of the links, was on top of the queens. Chances are going to come down, but yeah, just keep these Marines alive, put them back in the bunker. You can even repair the medevac with this SCV that was brought to the front line so unconventionally. Tank included in this as well. One Marine might go down here. He's going to stay alive. Who are we kidding? Tank's going to get another shot off on those queens. Great abusive moves out of Supernova so far. But of course, we all know that if you're a Zerg player, this is anything but creative. This is straight up hashtag terror. I've never seen anyone bring the SCV with this. I actually think that's kind of cool. We've seen so many different builds and variations of this through time. Through, again, mentioning Deadwing, but also King Sejong Station, less popularly. But oh, loses the medevac, but a Viking comes to take its place, so he's got that vision yet again. One Marine hides in that bunker, but I mean, the damage I feel has already been done. He's killed off a decent amount of drones. He's killed, what was it, 3 queens? 3 queens went down. And all of this at the same time has kept Impact from really pressuring. He had a couple links that ran across the map, found the wall, backed away, then came back home to die to the tank. A turret! He's investing in a turret even. I would love if Supernova took this one step further and invested in a barracks to lift that up to the high ground and not have to worry about using the Viking. It'd be absolutely hilarious. Ridiculous nonetheless. We do have some Hellions roaming around the map now. They're going to look for some kills, and with the Queens and the Mutalisks preoccupied with that tank, might not have been able to respond to this, but they do get over here in time. Some drones might go down, but I don't think too many are going to happen here. There's a quick response, and those Mutalisks got on top of the Hellions very quickly. This outpost, though, this tank has 13 kills on it. 13 kills on this tank! Meanwhile, Supernova did want to take a third, but we had some nice creep spread here out of Impact, so that's not quite going to be the case. This tank also, ooh, perhaps not the best position in the world. He's going to get sniped off by these mutas. And for Supernova's sake, it's not like he's going to keep investing in tanks beyond this. We do have Widow Mines being produced in that too, and a lot of production just finished up. So as the reactors finish up and the tech lab and everything starts producing, we're going to have Marines at the wazoo. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. Supernova, make my dreams come true, buddy. Build a barracks, lift it and float it. Use it like an overlord. Please. I can understand his reasoning not to, though. He's a little bit preoccupied back at home under attack by these mutalisks. No turrets are down in the natural mineral line. That's going to sting a little bit. Going to try and get these Widow Mines down. They might get one shot off if lucky. Oh, those medevacs spawn at such an inopportune time as well. Going to boost away from the mutalisks. Try and stay alive through this. Marines, of course, this time around, they got a little bit more to them as they do have stim, so taking out the one mutalisk there, not too bad. Nice Widow Mine shot as well, but the follow-through not quite there. The Marines still trying to respond. The depots are up. There's nothing in that bunker. For Supernova, this is such a small amount of units that is causing him such a large grievance. And kind of similar to the way he's used a small amount of units to do the same to Impact. So, ironic, karma, fun, whatever you want to view it as. But one thing's for certain, and that's Supernova is not in a comfortable position I think he once thought he was. It does burn a scan here in the main, so he's going to try and get some more shots off with his tank. Might be able to kill the extractor. One more shot, one more shot! I didn't get some before the scan falls. This actually ends up being a pretty big deal, I'd say, just in context of the fact that Impact doesn't have a lot of gas to play with right now, as he does move toward Mutalisks. Well, sorry, pardon me. He's got a lot of gas banked up currently, but what I mean is he doesn't have a lot of income. He's just put down these extra geysers. He's just taken that third. Remember, this was a little bit delayed because of the pressure from earlier. So, actually, it's probably going to die. If the Mutalisks are in Supernova's base, this base will go down 100%. It still may if the Marines decide to focus it down. Lots of links are going to come. He's in a pretty nice spot in the mineral lines. Be a little bit better, of course, if he was actually in the mineral lines, but as we see, the Zerglings get absolutely shredded by the 1-1. Zerglings did not have upgrades for this attack. Widow Mine goes off on the larva, not perhaps the best case scenario for him. Still trying to use this tank over here towards that main. But as the Mutalisks come in, that's a lot of Marines with stim. They can either focus the hatchery or they can kill the Mutalisks. They might be able to kill a little bit of the Mutalisks after getting the hatchery. Just keep stimming back and hide behind those refineries, those extractors. He doesn't want the links to surround him. Now that Impact has 1-1, he can possibly fight those Marines on a little bit more even footing. But truth be told, naked Zerglings were just absolutely horrible and got completely wasted against Supernova's drop. Push it across the map, though, with more Marines. Doesn't have a lot of medevacs to support it. And did just recently move his third back over, but not landed yet. So Supernova not mining off his third base, but might not matter if he can kill Impact here. And quite frankly, he's close to a kill move. Decent Battling Shot goes off, but I mean, down to 20 supply. Not a lot to work with. Impact is not in the best of situations. In fact, Supernova may just bait him here into a one-of-mine shot. Let's go friendly fire. Picks up the Marines, though, so it's not as bad as it could have been. Still pushing down the middle of the map. That's a lot of Marines. It's a couple of one-of-mines. Impact knows this a little too much. Good game is going to be called, and Supernova will take game number 2. But as I said here, folks, we're going to quickly